Our next guest on South Shore Vibe, Christopher Craig. He is the chairperson of the Council of Commissioners at Riverside School Board. Chris, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure. Tell me, can you educate our viewers? First of all, you are a chairperson of the Council of Commissioners. What is your role? What do you do?
The Council of Commissioners is responsible for the management and oversight of the Riverside School Board. We're the elected officials, similar to municipal, provincial, or federal, who sit in the role of governance. We're not operational managers, but we are given the responsibility of ensuring that the school board runs in the way that it needs to run, meeting the needs of our students across the board, quite a large board. As the chair, I am put in place by the entire school board, from Sorel to Saint-Jean to Longueuil, whereas commissioners are elected in their wards, once again similar to municipal positions. In their oversight, we meet once a month as a council, but we also meet behind the scenes once a month in a work session or a caucus to discuss issues that are going on in the school board. Each commissioner typically takes up at least one working group. So we have committees related to human resources, financial management, education, transportation, the nuts and bolts of the school, the school board, where we work collaboratively with our directors to ensure that we're getting things done the way that we need to for our students through the lens of the Education Act. That's what binds our work. So we're a bunch of politicians. I'm happy to say that since the last election, we've got a significant influx of newer commissioners, which is interesting, but a lot of folks around the table who are parents are deeply involved in their community and deeply dedicated to the well-being of the school board in the short and the long term. We're actually going to be involved in strategic planning that's coming up, helping to ensure that our board is meeting the needs of our students. So as the chair, it's my job to kind of help steer the boat, listening to the experts around the table, listening to our directors. As the chair, I also represent Riverside at the Quebec English School Boards Association as an executive member, where I also play the role as the vice president. So we are folks of influence, but like I said, not operational influence. We're the governance body.
And Riverside is one of 9 English school boards in the province?
Yeah, correct.
Very good. Tell me, we're going to look at some photos together. There are some amazing vocational career programs, courses that are available. We're talking Access Adult Education. We're going to show them to our viewers. If you could say a few words, please, Chris.
Well, what I find interesting about the school board is when you think of a school board, you don't always think of adults. We have programming for 4-year-olds from 4-year-old kindergarten all the way through to adults. And these are some of the neat things that we've done. You're looking at a picture now of a program that I'm very, very proud of, out of Access Saint-Julie. This was an initiative run by Natasha and Tanya from the school board, who you've actually spoken with before, to help young women understand that traditionally male-dominated jobs can be for everyone. This was a power engineering school, and we got to spend the day there learning about power engineering, learning about how to look after the air conditioning and heating in a building like a hospital or a museum.
HVAC, right?
It was incredible, and the young women got their hands dirty. As you can see, they got involved. We had steel-toed boots on and got our hands dirty, which was exciting to be an honorary Jill, because I'm not a Jill, but they let me come anyway to see how things were going.
Now, Jill of all trades is the branding they have for
They're
this,
playing
right?
on Jack of all trades, so they're saying it's the Jill of all trades, really to promote vocational ed or trades as someone that's accessible for everyone.
Very good. We'll look at another picture here, please. This one, this is the
Javier.
engine mechanics, right?
Yeah,
Program?
they're working on really demystifying vocational education. I think in my day, Voc Ed might have been a plan B, might have been for the students who weren't really high or achieving, and that's not necessarily the case. Instead of looking at school as, the natural track being high school, college, university, some of these careers are extremely, they're rich, they're important, they're valuable. We need young people to go in this direction, but if they don't know about it, or parents don't know about it, they're never going to get involved. So we go from school to school, or we go job fair to job fair, as you saw last year even at St. Jude, to try and tell young people that, hey, are you interested in learning how to fix an engine? Maybe this is a program for you.
Look at another picture here. What do we have here?
Another engine, that's at SETA. That's at our big super duper new building out by the airport in St. Hubert. We bought a hangar and we converted it into a school. And now they're running large engine and electric vehicle repair program there, which is not only interesting, but well sought after. And I'm already getting calls from local garages asking if we have stagiaires and people ready and if they can come to see our space. We had the opportunity to open that building, I think 3 weeks ago, and we're visited by the minister, Sonia LaBelle. So she got to look around at our new building as well.
Very nice. This is a welding, picture of welding.
Yeah.
Is that another vocational program?
Yep. There are so many, I couldn't list them all, but we had to give you some good shots of people in action doing
Very cool.
amazing things.
Next picture, please. Oh, what do we have here?
Masonry. I wasn't aware of how much masonry and bricklaying was offered by the school board, and there are many. We have a lot of very talented young people and teachers, including some teachers who used to be students, who are actively learning about bricklaying. And I've even seen the results of some of their work in some pizza ovens that they've made as exams, or seen them in action recently. So they're fabulous.
Final picture, we have almost like he's going to the World Championships for bricklaying. This is Maximilian de Belholoka. I hope I pronounced his name right. What can you tell us about this?
That he's a superstar bricklayer, which I didn't ever think was a thing until I've learned recently that not only is it a thing, but that RSP is represented nationally and internationally by some bricklaying superstars. So honestly, if there are young people out there who think that they'd like to be involved in a career like power engineering or electric vehicle repair, bricklaying, nursing assistant, pharmacist, these are programs offered by RSP. And they should be, I think, considered as a viable opportunity for young people.
Viewers, you can go on Facebook, just punch in Access. You can go on the search browser and just punch in Access, Adult Education, Riverside. You come up to their page, all the different programs. I think it's available in French and English.
Yes.
There is a program, we're going to end our show with a program, it's SETA. What can you tell our viewers about that?
Yeah, SETA is the photo that you saw earlier. It's that hangar in St. Hubert. One thing I'm particularly proud of at SETA is that these programs, jacking up a giant diesel to work on the bottom or to fix an electric vehicle, they're run in English and French. They're extraordinarily sought after. I've met students who come from far and wide to take advantage of these programs and get involved in these programs, and they're going to be a blessing and an addition to our community for years to come.
Now these are learning vocational trade career programs to become it's like a mechanic to work on tractor, the tractor trailers, the big rigs, trucks, automotive. So I would imagine it's diesel, electric, but there's all different courses and certifications you can do through Riverside. Et c'est disponible en français and in English. And the Quebec government just injected a big amount of money, and there was a big launch about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Well, they need to, because they realize that that's a place where we don't have enough employees. We don't have enough young people going in that direction. One of my sons, Finn, has a friend who he completed last year his automotive mechanic course, and now he's taking electric vehicle repair. And he's going to be making money faster than our university-driven friends in the near future. So I'm happy to see he's dipping his toe into the industry. Christopher,
you, all our commissioners, all our, I think of, the directors, I think of, all the different staff at Riverside, from coordinators, I think of teachers, I think of support staff in schools, all the different people, even our parents, everyone that's playing a role in our schools, like you said, elementary, high school, adult education. Thank you, and to everyone for what we're doing.
Thank you.
It takes a community, a village to raise, the children in the community. So thank you. Till we meet again.
Thank you very much.